Welcome to my books and story time by mybooksummary.com. Let's explore. Loretta Graziano Brenning opens Habits of a Happy Brain with a provocative and liberating truth. Your brain's happiness is not mysterious, mystical, or random. It's a neurochemical puzzle, built by evolution and shaped by habit. Beneath every impulse, every craving for love, success, comfort, or escape, lies a biological program that's been running for millions of years. It's not just your brain that behaves this way. It's every mammal's. You are, in essence, living with a brain designed for a different world. Brenning invites us to step into a deeper understanding of how our emotions, habits, and daily frustrations stem from the ancient neural circuits inherited from our mammalian ancestors. These brain systems, once crucial for physical survival, now influence everything from how we chase goals to how we interpret rejection, seek pleasure, or define our self-worth. And the real kicker? Your brain rewards you with a hit of happiness, not because you're doing the right thing morally, but because you're doing something it perceives as a survival win. This book isn't about affirmations or manifesting joy. It's about decoding your brain's emotional chemistry, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins, and learning how to activate these happy chemicals on purpose in ways that serve you. Once you see the system, you can change the game. You can build happiness like a habit. And that, Brenning argues, is both your power and your responsibility. Chapter 1. Why your brain wants you to be happy, but doesn't care if you're happy. The human brain was not designed to make you happy. It was designed to promote your survival. That distinction changes everything. Evolutionary biology didn't prioritize long-term peace, joy, or even fairness. It built a reward system that pushes you toward actions that, in nature, would keep you alive long enough to pass on your genes. Your emotions, especially the ones tied to pleasure, are deeply entangled with this ancient system of reinforcement. Dopamine surges when you reach for a goal. Oxytocin floods you when you bond with others. Serotonin lifts you when you feel respected. Endorphins mask pain so you can endure hardship. Each chemical plays a different role in promoting behaviors that millennia ago gave our ancestors a better shot at surviving predators, famines, or social exile. But here's the twist. These chemicals weren't meant to be on all the time. They spike in short bursts and then fade. That's why you can't stay euphoric forever. Your brain is designed to keep you chasing, striving, connecting, proving. And just when you think you've reached happiness, the chemicals recede, and the chase begins again. Understanding this loop is the key to breaking free from frustration and building healthier, more lasting patterns of contentment. Chapter 2. Dopamine, the thrill of the hunt. Dopamine is your brain's way of saying, go get it. It's that sharp rush you feel when you anticipate a reward. Checking your phone, hitting a deadline, seeing the number on the scale drop. It's not the having, but the chasing that triggers the high. This is why your brain often feels restless, craving that next little hit. Brenning explains that in the wild, dopamine guided mammals to find food and mates. The brain released dopamine to mark the location of success and build pathways to repeat those actions. For humans, this translates to setting goals, achieving milestones, and feeling that satisfying jolt of progress. But here's the problem. We live in a world of endless artificial dopamine triggers. Social media, junk food, online shopping, they all hijack the dopamine system. The brain, confused by modern stimuli, keeps rewiring itself toward fast, shallow pleasures. Over time, it becomes harder to feel joy from slow, meaningful work. You get trapped in a loop of craving and dissatisfaction. The way out? Create intentional dopamine trails. Start setting small, achievable goals. Break big ambitions into tiny steps that can reward your brain at each stage. Make progress visible, track it, celebrate it. When your brain sees the map to success, dopamine starts working for you instead of against you. Chapter 3. Oxytocin, the comfort of trust. Oxytocin is the chemical of connection. It's the warm wash you feel when you hug someone you love, when a friend remembers your birthday, when you feel safe in a community. It's the reason social bonds matter so much to your emotional health. Mammals who stick with the herd survive longer. That's why your brain rewards trust with pleasure. But building trust is not as simple as being nice. Brenning explains that oxytocin is triggered by reliable social investment. repetition, familiarity, shared risk. These are the ingredients of deep connection. Social media likes don't cut it. Gossiping doesn't build it. You need real-world vulnerability, reliability, and shared experience to earn those oxytocin highs. Unfortunately, many people protect themselves from the very thing their brain craves, closeness, because of past betrayals. Brenning shows how to rebuild trust slowly, with consistent signals and safe risks. Every time you follow through on a promise, show up when it counts, or reveal your authentic self, you're investing in oxytocin. And as oxytocin grows, so does your sense of safety and well-being. Chapter 4. Serotonin, the status signal. Serotonin doesn't get as much press as dopamine, but it's equally important. It's the neurochemical tied to pride, respect, and feeling like you matter. In the animal kingdom, higher-ranking members of a group get more serotonin. And humans are no different. We crave validation, prestige, and the feeling of being valued. But here's the catch. Serotonin is deeply tied to social comparison. Your brain releases it when you feel higher on the social ladder. But that also means it gets suppressed when you feel lower. This is why scrolling Instagram can be so emotionally toxic. It subtly reminds your brain of where you fall in the pecking order. Brenning doesn't say we should reject serotonin. Instead, she encourages us to understand it and use it wisely. Build pride in your own lane. Set standards based on your past progress, not someone else's life. Serve others in ways that make you feel strong and needed. And most importantly, create moments of dignity and accomplishment in your everyday life. Whether that's completing a task, mentoring someone, or keeping a commitment to yourself. These actions restore serotonin and rewire your self-worth. Chapter 5. Endorphins, the euphoria of relief. Endorphins are your body's natural painkillers, released in response to physical discomfort, laughter, or emotional extremes. They create that runner's high or post-laughter glow. In evolutionary terms, endorphins allowed mammals to push through pain, escaping predators or surviving injuries, by numbing discomfort temporarily. But modern life offers fewer physical trials, so we miss those natural endorphin boosts. Worse, we sometimes seek them in unhealthy ways, through excessive exercise, risky behaviors, or emotional drama. Brenning advocates for safer, intentional strategies. Exercise mindfully, laugh daily, stretch, sing, dance, chase playfulness and movement. These are not frivolous, they're deeply neurochemical acts of self-care. Chapter 6. Why bad habits stick, and how to replace them. Every habit in your life exists because it's linked to a reward pathway. Whether it's binge-watching TV or biting your nails, it started as a behavior that triggered a happy chemical. Over time, your brain wired that loop together. That's why change feels so hard. It's not just willpower. It's rewiring biology. Brenning explains the habit loop. Cue, behavior, reward. To change a habit, you don't need to fight the urge, you need to reroute the loop. Keep the cue, change the response, and ensure a reward still follows. This is how new neural pathways are built. It takes repetition, consistency, and above all, patience. Your brain won't trust a new behavior until it sees a reliable chemical payoff. But once it does, that new loop becomes the default. Chapter 7. Your 45-day plan to rewire your brain. To solidify a new habit, Brenning recommends 45 days of consistent repetition. That's the window in which your brain can build new neural pathways and start choosing them automatically. Pick one habit at a time. Focus on one chemical at a time. Maybe it's daily goal setting for dopamine, or intentional connection for oxytocin. Track your progress visibly. Reflect on your triggers. Celebrate small wins. And expect resistance. Your old neural pathways won't go down without a fight. But each time you choose the new route, you weaken the old one and reinforce the new. Over time, this becomes your brain's new normal. Conclusion: you are not broken, you are wired. Habits of a Happy Brain closes with an empowering truth. You are not emotionally flawed. You are biologically wired. That stress you feel, that impatience or craving, it's not a character defect. It's your inner mammal running ancient programs in a modern world. But the beauty of the human brain is that it can observe itself. It can learn its patterns, question them, and choose new ones. You are not doomed to your old habits. You can retrain your brain to feel good in healthier, more fulfilling ways. Not by chasing fleeting highs, but by understanding your chemistry and crafting a life that works with it, not against it. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends, and let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.